What is up, guys? Welcome back to day 2 of the 30 videos in 30 days challenge. If you're new here, basically I just bought a new camera and I want to learn to use that camera like second nature. So I've challenged myself to 30 videos over 30 days to get to know the camera. So today I was going to go to Sydney and train with Dom and Kadori. However, we have a slight problem, and that is that it's raining. So I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna head out and shoot some photos because I also wanna up my photography game. So I have a few things to show you before you go out. We're gonna make it work because that's what we're gonna do for these 30 days to get the content done. Because that's the most important task. All right, I just received this package this morning and I think I know what it is. So a guy named David Banks reached out to me on Instagram. He told me about a card game that he's been creating for Parkour. So let's see. Boom. Ukimi movement card. Alright, so I got a message from David Banks on Instagram a couple of months ago, and he sort of told me that they had this Ukimi card game. It's a parkour card game. I think there's two. There's a movement card and then an actual game. So with the movement card, this is super cool and super interesting. So if the police rock up to a spot and say they're gonna arrest you, or you're training and one of the landowners comes out and says that they're gonna call the police or that they're liable for you, you can put this card in your wallet and pull it out and cite your rights and let them know that you're not really doing anything wrong, you're not breaking the law, and yeah, this card can be really useful. Keep it in your wallet. I'll put a link to their website so you can check this all out. Then I believe there's this card game, the actual card deck. I know nothing about this, so I'm super interested to open this and see what it's all about. This is one of the things that really excites me about where the parkour community is at. I released a podcast and a video a couple of months ago that was called The Future of Parkour. And in that I talk about this concept of, you know, parkour now being around for a long enough amount of time that people are starting to really use it as a tool for creativity and come up with really cool things. And I believe that this card game is going to be one of them. You know, now that the sport has developed and matured, it's not just about the physical practice anymore, it's about the things that you can do with the philosophy and the mindset, and yeah, there's a community, there's a global community now, and it's expanding beyond, and there's now these things, like these types of things didn't exist 15 years ago, obviously, but now that people are wanting to live the sport and live the culture and find ways to make a living with the sport, so much creativity and new cool ideas are coming up, and new things are being made regularly. I get messages and there's something cool that someone's doing that hasn't been done before within the sport, and I love that. Alrighty, so let's have a dig in and try and work out how these things work. So we've got our deck, no run up, one eye only. That would be an interesting way of training. Oh, that would be hard. Barefoot, there we go, barefoot training. Something I've done a bit of, and definitely helps to be a touch. So we've got these yellow cards. Cartwheel, okay, so there's a move. I feel like this stuff would be really good for beginners to understand the references within the sport, learn the lingo, combo. Be silent, like a monk. You should always be silent with your landings. The more silent you are, probably the better your technique because you're landing correctly. Crane it. I think I could crane that. If you know, you know. All right, so we've got this card that says rules here. Let's see what this has to say. Like parkour, you can play Ukimi any way you want to. Of course. Sweet, I like what they've done there. However, we have created some play styles that we recommend. Scan the QR code or go to the website link. So yeah, that's a really cool thing. And I guess there's infinite room at the moment for creativity within that to create some new games. So yeah, go check them out. Thank you so much, David, for sending those over. They're gonna be a lot of fun. I love to see that this sort of stuff is happening in the sport and people putting that much energy into new things within the sport. Exciting times, and I love it. So shout outs to Jimmy the Giant that just released his EP, Nostalgia's a Drug. For anyone that doesn't know Jimmy, well, you probably should. He's putting out the coolest content in parkour right now. Heaps of parkour references, parkour culture, and just good rap music. Wake up and I sip my coffee. Only got 3 things on my mind. I've got to make a choice. That direction There's a place I wanted to go shoot, however, it's grey and cloudy. But over the back, you probably can't see, over to the right, if I turn right down the end, doesn't look like there's any rain, but I don't really have anywhere to shoot. So left or right. I think I'm gonna chase the better weather to the right. I don't have somewhere to shoot there, but something's gonna come up and we're gonna get a nice photo. Gonna get at least one good photos today. That is the goal. So I accidentally left my camera on slow-mo here and you can't hear my voice. But basically, I found this spot and some poles and I'm gonna attempt to take a picture here. Super ideal yet, but got this pole as a little bit of a foreground. I might try a wall flip if it's not too slippery, or maybe just a backflip. I just want to get one shot under the bag and we'll see how we go. Some of those trees are a bit in the way, so I'm going to move the camera this way a little bit. Shirt off, I reckon I'll stand out a bit better. That was okay, I'm gonna go for one more. I gotta get that layout. So I'm not particularly happy with how this photo turned out, but this is exactly why I'm doing the challenge. Over the next 30 days, hopefully I'll have another opportunity to shoot something like this and get more practice in. I think with this shot, the shutter speed was down way too low, so it was blurred out, and I could have worked a bit harder on the framing, but I'm going to work on this over the next 30 days, and we'll definitely see some progress. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there for today's video. The rain got the better of me, but I was able to get the one shot, which I'm happy with. This is going to be the nature of the challenge. Some days it's going to be harder, there's going to be things along the way that are going to make it super hard, but that's going to be the journey. And it's going to be a lot of fun. If you like this video, then give it likes up, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to follow me along the journey for 30 videos in 30 days, then hit the bells button and you'll get notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.